Welcome into Side Hustle. I am your host, Taylor Young, who's also the chief business correspondent at Queen City News. And this is a show dedicated to learning all about the interesting ways that people make extra money on the side. Every episode, we learn about a new side hustle. And this time, we are welcoming Becca Hartung. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank
Welcome
you.
to Side Hustle. So, you are an artist, a live doodle artist.
I am.
Let's start from the very beginning. Has art always been in your life?
It has. I have always loved creating things and making art ever since I was little in elementary school, winning the little coloring contests. I've always loved it and I've wanted to pursue it, here and there. I like to make art for friends and family, really. I think the best kind of gifts are handmade, so that's usually my go-to. Um, yeah, I've always loved it and wanted to pursue it.
And you specifically draw people, which
Yes.
I feel like is a hard it's hard to draw up face, right?
Yeah.
So talk about what got you into that specifically.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. I'm not a realistic artist. I'm not doing all the little details, because that is very crazy, and I'm not there yet. But about a year or two ago, I was just messing around with like little caricatures, little cartoon doodles of my friends. I hosted my friends for like a Valentine's Day weekend. And so I made everyone a little caricature of themselves, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun!"
And
Like they all
everyone
loved
loves
it.
a little picture of themselves.
Exactly. They all loved it, and, like, my one friend has it up at her desk at work and gets compliments on it all the time, and so I've just been doing it for, like, friends for birthday parties, like, for their
This is Ethan.
yes, that is Ethan, and that is a commission piece that I did. Um, but yeah, I just started doing it as, like, sort of their cards and their birthday gifts and stuff like that, and they all loved it, and I was like, "It'd be fun. I could do this."
So then let's transition to how I found you. So you posted a TikTok kind of saying, "Hey, I'm a live doodle artist.
Yeah.
If you want me at an event." What got you to that point where you were like, "Hey, maybe I should put this on social media to see what people think?"
Yeah, so I hadn't actually done it live yet, but I was like, "I'm gonna call myself a live doodle artist, and that's my manifestation." And, if you claim that you are it, then people will
Then
believe
you
you.
are.
So, yeah, I've post TikToks, like, here and there, nothing crazy, mainly just, like, my crafts and hobbies that I do, and then I was like, This works for a lot of people." Like, TikTok really gets the word out there and spreads fast. I was like, "Do it, like, whatever, I'll make a video. If it gets traction, it gets traction. If it doesn't, no harm done, like, whatever." And then it got a lot more likes and comments than I've ever gotten before, and gotten some DMs, and I'm like, "Okay,
One
here
of
we
those
go."
DMs were me,
Yes.
and also had 2 colleagues also send me your TikTok,
Yeah,
so
that's
it
awesome.
got around.
Yeah.
What was the response? Obviously, your goal was to find clients, customers.
Mhm.
How did
Yeah.
it work?
Yeah, I, posted that, got a lot of comments of people being like, "Oh, I'll DM you," or, "This is so cute, like, I love this idea." And I got some people reach out for birthday parties. Last week I did my first live birthday party, and it went great. She was so kind and everyone was so nice. I was definitely really nervous, but I was like, "We can do this." I've gotten DMs for different markets and pop-ups going on in Charlotte, which there's always so many of. I've gotten some people reaching out about, like, weddings, and I'm like, "That would be so fun." Kinda crazy, but, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
would love to get
probably a
into that.
huge undertaking.
Yeah, but some people reach out for, like, like, they're like, "Oh, I have a 70-person wedding." I'm like, "I could do that, sure, why not? I'll try." And I love weddings, so I'm like, "I wanna go."
Did you expect that?
No, really not. I really didn't have any expectations. I was like, "You know what? Like, we'll just try it and see what happens." Um, and, my other videos don't really get that much traction, not like this, so I was like, "Wow, this is crazy," and people really enjoy it. The girls love it. Girls love a little doodle, and they're all so nice, and gotten some people with, like, bachelorette parties, and I'm like, "Oh, that would be so
Yeah, that would be
fun."
the first thing I would think, you
Mhm.
know? I mean, I've had a bachelorette party, you want things to be so personalized, and
Yeah.
it'd be perfect for that.
Yeah.
I also think that this shows the power of social media. I think for
100%.
a lot of people who I've spoken to a lot of people who have started a side hustle, right? And the main hardest part in the beginning is just getting the word out there,
Yeah.
but social media is free.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow, so how long does it take you to do each doodle?
Yeah, I have definitely been practicing just with friends' pictures and stuff, at home just to see how quick I can do it. So they're usually about 5 to 8 minutes. Definitely if you have more jewelry or, like, tattoos, I wanna
Mhm.
add that in, so that's gonna take a little bit more time than some people, if you're just wearing, like, a t-shirt and nothing too crazy, I can get that done quicker. Um, but yeah, I think I've gotten it down to, like, 5 to 8 minutes.
It's really impressive
Yeah.
for something that someone's probably gonna keep for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you did mention that you did your first event, the birthday party.
Mhm.
Were you nervous? Like, what
Oh my god, yes.
how did it go?
It went great, they were so kind, I think it was, like, 12 people, um, and the birthday girl was so nice. It ended up I was a surprise for everyone, they didn't know that I was coming, and she hired me, and so they were all excited, and, all the girls were all dressed up, they had, like, boas and little tiaras and stuff, so that was fun. Yeah, I was definitely nervous. The first one that I did, I scratched it because I was, like, shaking, and I was like, "You're fine, calm down, you can do this." But once I got into it, it was great.
So what's going through your mind as you're drawing, or is it kind of nothing? Do you have to stare at the person?
I try
Walk
not to
me through the
stare at them,
process.
yeah. So I try to just, like, take in what they're wearing, and I'll pull out the markers of, like, "Okay, you've got a blue shirt on, I'm gonna, like, get that out and everything," so I have it all and I'm not, like, searching while I'm doing it. But I sort of have the same layout for each one to make it easier for myself. They all sort of have the same shape and format to them, so I can sort of fill in the
Mhm.
blanks, with what the person's wearing and what they look like. But yeah, it's sort of I don't know if you know the cartoon, Teenage Drama Island? That's sort of the vibe of them, I feel like. They're kind of funky little guys,
Yeah, with the
which I
big
love.
eyes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, what is, like, the reaction that people have when you give them? I mean, I could imagine it's just joy, right?
Yeah, which I love. That's also, handmade gifts, making something that I'm proud of, and then I get to see their reaction is always so fun, especially with, like, friends and family. I just did a commission piece for my friend. He asked me to do one for him and his girlfriend's anniversary and to add their dog into it. And seeing his reaction and her reaction was so, so cute, and I love it. They're always like, "Oh my gosh."
Do you have a limit for how many you'll do? I know 5 to 8 minutes. When you're talking about a wedding, I mean, I'm not gonna do the math on how many
Yeah.
that is, but that could be
Yeah.
hours right
That
there.
For things like that, obviously, I haven't done it yet, but in my mind, I'm gonna prep the pages and everything and sort of have an outline of it so that I can just kind of fill it in, like, have sort of the body and the eyes, like,
Yeah.
sort of ready, and then I can fill in the colors and, like, their shirts and whatnot, because I'll have to get through them faster. I also have, like, an idea of, like, if it's a wedding or a big event, I have these sheets of paper that I've made where you sort of fill out your name, your eye color, because that can be hard to tell
Mhm.
sometimes, if they wanna hold something in the picture, things like that, and then I'll, like, take pictures of them so that
Mm.
they can go
Smart.
have fun at the wedding or
Yep.
whatever, and then come and pick it up later, so they're not just sitting there.
Alright, well, on that note, we're gonna take one quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Side Hustle. Okay, so we can't talk about a side hustle without the part that gets everyone into one, right? The money part.
Sure.
How did you go about setting pricing?
Yeah. Um, so with, like, the birthday party that I did, I just figured out how many people would be at the event, about how long that's gonna take me, and usually I range them, like, for a single portrait 5 to, like, $8. I want art to be affordable for people. These don't take me that long. I enjoy doing them, so they don't need to be that expensive. For, like, a market, if I'm just set up and people are walking by, if they wanna stop and get one, a single portrait's $5. I want it to be easy for them. For 2 people together, it'd be $8. That's sort of what I've figured out. Obviously, for bigger events where I'm gonna have to be there longer, have more supplies if I have to travel, obviously, that's all gonna have to go into it. But I just want it to be fun and affordable for people. I enjoy doing it, so, like, it's not like it's, a burden on me.
Yeah, and I'm sure the supplies, of course, cost you money, but I'm assuming it's not too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I have the paper and markers that have lasted a good while. Obviously, if the more I do this, I'm gonna have to re-up on that. I got a little table and some folding chairs, and that's all I need.
Mm.
I've made my own little signs and banners and stuff. I have all these supplies. I'm an art girl. I have
Yes,
props all over the place, so I have all of that already. So yeah, it hasn't been too crazy.
and you, of course, also work a full-time job.
Yes, I do.
How is I mean, I know we are catching you so early
Mhm.
on in this side hustle, but how has balancing that been?
Yeah. I will say I have always, along with my full-time job, had side jobs, since I've been working full-time for almost 3 years now. I've done serving, I do freelance graphic design, marketing stuff, so I've always had other streams of income and other little side gigs going on. So I think I'm pretty good at multitasking and figuring out my schedule. Adding this in, again, most of the events are like weekends,
Mhm.
so it hasn't been that bad with my full-time job. I just have a really busy planner that I write everything in.
And one thing I've just noticed from talking to a lot of people who have side hustles is the majority of them, it's something that they're passionate about. So I mean, you're an artist,
Yeah,
so maybe doesn't necessarily feel too much like work. Of course,
exactly.
you're kind of still clocking into something, but is that kind of part of it too? It's
Oh,
something
for
you
sure.
enjoy.
Yeah, and I really wanna be a part of the community here in Charlotte and get more into the events and things going on. I've had people reach out with, like, fundraiser events, and I was like, "I would love to give my time and supplies to that," and I just really wanna be a part of it, so that's sort of what I enjoy, so I'm like, "I don't mind doing it, like, this is fun for me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I mentioned earlier, you had your first event last week.
Yeah.
So you are so fresh into
Yes.
this. Did
Yes.
you expect this to, I mean, happen so quickly?
No. It's been crazy with the amount of, like, DMs and people messaging me, it's been amazing, and I've also had, like, I think 5 commission pieces come in from this, which are always fun. I just get to go home and draw, which
Yeah.
I like to do anyway, and those have been really fun. They're obviously the commission pieces are bigger and more detailed,
Mhm.
and they're so fun to do. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes, honestly. It's very new and fresh, so we'll see what happens.
And I don't know if you noticed from some of the paintings that or the drawings that we had up, but you also do props.
Yes, of course.
What are some props that people like, I'm assuming drinks or
Yes,
yeah.
a fun drink if you and your gals love, like, an espresso martini, I can add that in. A little margarita,
Oh, there we go. Is that a
maybe
beer?
a beer, whatever they want, maybe sunglasses or flowers, those were matchas, yeah,
Cigarettes?
cigarettes, if you're a stoner, there you go, I got you.
One thing I think is really interesting is you are, of course, an artist, but you also are doing a little bit of marketing on social media, but you're also kind of a personality. Like when you go to an event, you have to
Sure,
interact with people.
yeah.
Um, what has that been like?
It's definitely new for me. I wouldn't say I'm the most outgoing person. I like to talk with people and connect. It just scares me a little. Um, but it's been fun. It's this year I really have been like I'm saying yes to things. I'm going to try new things and get out there, put myself out there. Like it doesn't hurt to try, and like if you get rejected, it's okay. And it's been going great for me. So yeah,
Yeah, I think the manifesting is working.
yeah. You got to put it out in the universe.
Right? So, okay, for people who might be watching and might be kind of inspired by this, I mean, do you have any advice for someone? Maybe they don't doodle, but they
Mhm.
do some other kind of art. What would you say to them?
Yeah. Just put it out there. Take pictures of it, videos of you working on it. I love watching those personally, a little sped up video or, the supplies that you have to get, whatever, and put it out there online. I mean, honestly, TikTok and Instagram are free and it just reaches so many people. Like, it's crazy. I've had people reach out to me that are from like South Carolina and like Tennessee, and they're like, would you travel? Or I don't know, maybe. Why not? Um,
Gonna
so
start charging that mileage.
exactly. But yeah, honestly, just get out there, your work is amazing. Everyone's gonna love it, Yeah, so you gotta try.
Wonderful. Okay, on that note, one more break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Side Hustle. Okay, so we can't have a live doodle on Side Hustle. So actually seeing you in action. Are you ready?
I am.
Let's do it. and we are done.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this reveal.
Yes. Alrighty. Here she is.
She's iconic. She gave me very big hair, which I appreciate. Beautiful.
Pass it over to you.
So cute. And it really did take you under 10 minutes.
Yeah. I whip it out.
Okay, so you honestly didn't really even need to look at me that long. You didn't have a picture of me.
Yeah.
So when you're kind of forming the idea of what you're doing, like, what are you basing it off of?
Yeah. So whenever someone's come over, I was looking at as we were talking, I was like, alrighty, I see what she's wearing. I know like the color. Okay, there might be a detail like the little gold on your shirt. Or if they're wearing jewelry, I try to add that in. Or
And the little microphone.
yeah, a little microphone, of course. Yeah.
It's so cute. Okay. So you've clearly kind of nailed this again within just 2 weeks, really, of posting, less than 2 weeks apart
Yeah,
from that.
honestly.
Where does someone go from here?
That is a great question. I am just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna try to post more and document anytime I do commission pieces or do a live event. I would love to like record people's reactions and stuff. I have ideas of what I wanna, post to get the word out there. I've reached out to different like shops and I know like markets that do pop-ups or I know that like certain stores or breweries do pop-ups and I've been reaching out to people. I'm doing like a 420 party at Kana and I'm doing like I have some things lined up. I'm doing a Pups and Pilates event next Sunday. I'm doing
And
a
this is
pop-up
all
there.
from your post.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could imagine the more, like, say you do more weddings or other events, I mean, other people are going to see you doing this. And then it's just going to spread naturally from there.
Exactly.
Like, are you ready for that?
We'll see. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm just gonna let it go and see what happens. If it doesn't, keep flowing, that's okay. I'm not gonna put stress on myself. I want this to be fun for me. I don't want it to be a burden on myself. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Could you ever see this becoming a full-time thing?
Possibly. I was doing the math of my little side gigs and everything that I do, like with my serving job and everything too. I'm like, especially if I get into weddings. I can do those
Huge
once or twice a
money.
month and like it will work out for me. But yeah, I want to keep it fun and not like stress myself out about it.
Yeah, I know when some people have a passion and they do it for fun, once you start making money from it, it might feel like a job or start to
Exactly.
feel like a
Yeah.
job. So I think the goal is to avoid that feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, tell us where, and I'm just going to show the picture one more time. This is what you can have, a personalized version of you. So tell people how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and on TikTok at BexMedia_.
Well, thank you so much for the doodle.
Yes, thank you so
Like
much.
your friend, it will also be on my desk.
What's that?
Yeah, thank you for being on Side Hustle. We really appreciate it. And we wish you the best. You've taken off just in a couple weeks. So we're excited to see where you go from here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching Side Hustle. We'll see you next time.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.